So, the bigger point being that these types of relationships are very much based on consent, and they're based on openness. And there's not a lot of consent in a relationship that hasn't discussed who's in charge and who's not, and
Right.
how do we actually make decisions when there are conflicts and when there are disagreements.
Right. And so I also want to point out that our communication has, like, we've like honed that in, like the ability to just recognize your own thought patterns and the stories that you bring to a conflict, to like a disagreement or whatever, as they do arise. Your ability to be with yourself and be able to articulate that experience, which is a little different on both sides of the feminine and masculine, but like just being able to like witness myself in how I'm showing up and how I'm communicating with love without like worrying about wrapping it up in a pretty bow so like I don't anger you in what I have to say. Like there's that's a whole nother conversation, but like being able to be real and honest and open to receive and listen, like that's a huge one in communication, is listening. It's not just talking.
It's really huge, and it's especially huge for men to learn how to do, because most men generally are pretty damn good problem solvers,
Yeah.
and we're wired for that, like to seek results and to affect change in our lives. And when we see someone we love having a problem and we think we have a logical solution for it, it's very natural for us to want to fix the problem. When in reality, what we have to learn about listening as men is, like, most of the time the problem will solve itself, or you can get to a solution for yourself that will be real for you if I can just sit here and hear you,
Yeah.
and maybe ask questions to you to help you dig more into it for yourself, instead of trying to give you my solution, which might be right for me. You need to find the solution for you that works for you. So just by being able to sit still and let you share and work through it yourself, a lot of times I'm doing more to help you actually fix a problem than I am by offering any solution at all.
Yeah. And that's just a powerful lesson in any relationship.
Yeah. But it's a part of how dominance and submission has helped us be more loving to each other. Like, for me to be able to love you in the way that I can now, I had to figure out how to be able to not flip out when you were having big emotional reactions to things, when you were really sad, or when you're angry, or God forbid angry with me. And how do I not like get defensive and try to fix all of this right here in the moment and just let you be angry with me?
Right.
Like, my role as your dominant has made me get stronger. It's required of me that I get stronger so that I can hold you when you are feeling chaotic.
And so for me, in experiencing you grow in that strength and you take on more leadership of our whole relationship. At the beginning, we didn't jump into this and be like, well, every single decision is yours now. Like, that's silly. So, you know, we chose certain areas that made sense to our relationship where you would lead, which was a good portion. But what I realized each time that I recognized a pattern in myself of overthinking, of struggling, of like the challenge in my life that was presenting itself in like, okay, it's time to let go of this. When I would give it to you, it would be like relief. Like, okay, I don't have to be in charge of that anymore. And there would be this time of like integration and recognizing where the ego tries to like pull me back into that subtlety of control. And then like that would play itself out. And then I'd be faced with another thing. And it was like, oh, okay, it's time to like let go of this one. And the more times I continuously have gone through that, the more that I just came face to face with all the different ways that like I didn't really want to be in charge of decisions, and that there was this freedom that came forward every single time. And then I felt like I started to get a lot better at like for real giving up the control.
Yeah, like actually letting go instead of just taking your hands an inch off of the steering wheel ready to grab it again.
Right. And so it's just like the more that I have, like you have just taken the lead and shown me that through love, through devotion, through like trust building, all of that, each time like you had your own process of displaying to me that you've got it, you're strong, you're the leader. And like the more I've gotten to just be like, yep, I want that for you, the more it's just brought forth pieces of me that couldn't be witnessed before.
You used a word there, displaying. Like when I displayed that I had strength.
Mm-hmm.
That's very different than just saying that I have strength.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Words don't mean shit when it comes to something like that.
They really don't. Like,
it's like going to the gym and saying, I'm strong, I can deadlift 400 pounds, and walking up to the 400-pound deadlift bar and never picking it up.
Like, yeah, I can do that. Like it literally, you, like, the words and the promises don't mean a damn thing. It's action and it's showing up that matters.